Hello and welcome to today's episode of Orion at Your Library. I'm Karen Knox, the director of the Orion Township Public Library, and I'm joined again today by Beth Sheridan, our head of adult services, and Deborah Fuhr, our head of youth services. And we have a lot of exciting programs coming up that we want to talk to you about. On our last episode, in particular, we talked about our Dragon Award books. And Deb, that was a really fun thing to be able to get our kids out there reading these really cool chapter books. And so tell us what happens, now as far as the Dragon Award goes.
Well, with the Dragon Award, they can submit their votes until November 3rd for their favorite book, and we are still taking online comments, and they've been really fun to read. I like the comments that they're making, and they're trying to convince each other which book should be the winner.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then we have some sort of celebration?
We do. On November 4th, which is Election Day,
Okay.
We're trying to tie in elections with Election Day. They can come in on November 4th at 7 p.m. for a party.
Wonderful.
And they do need to register for it ahead of time.
Okay, and they can do that online?
They can do that online, yes.
Awesome. Wonderful. Very cool. And I know over in adult services, we have something sort of different going on. We're trying a resume workshop, is that right? And how does that work?
Well, on Thursday, November 5th, patrons can come in and the program starts at 6:30 and get some experienced help on how to make the most of your work experience for your resume to prospective employers. And the person presenting the program, her name is Kathy House. I understand she's received recognition from the White House developing employability workshops with libraries. So it would be a good program to come to if you're looking for a job. And then for those that attend that Thursday, they can come the next Thursday for one-on-one help from Kathy, but only if you've made it to the first session.
Oh, wonderful. It seems like a great opportunity for people that are looking to be able to really tweak their resumes and get those eyes of employers looking at them.
Right.
Okay.
Ahead of the competition, right?
Absolutely, which is always the trick, right?
Mm-hmm. But sign up online for that program.
Okay, wonderful. And I believe our kids are going to be doing a little bit of science. Is it in the kitchen this time?
It is in the kitchen. We have planned in October to have kitchen science, and our librarians have been looking at this book, Kitchen Science. There you go, Kitchen Science, and all the fun experiments you can do in the kitchen. And we planned this for intercession time that Carpenter has. So you need to register for this, but we would love to have a lot of school-age children sign up and see what you can do with kitchen equipment and food for experiments.
Oh, fun. And then you can go home and try them out with your mom or dad or whoever.
There you can.
And, see what happens, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm really excited that we're having another one of our most popular programs. Our Team Trivia Tourney is coming up again, right, for people that haven't made it yet?
Yes, it is. And that is on Thursday, November 12th at 7:30. We have partnered with the CPUB successfully to host this, and everybody has a lot of fun. What you do is gather a team and come that night and test your knowledge, plus have a good fun night out and support the library. So I hope you make it. Call the library for that one. We'd prefer you call than register online.
Awesome. So you just have to call with your team and
Yes.
register your team, and then show up at the CPUB that night and put on your brain.
Yeah.
Turn on your brain and see what you know.
Yep, and there are prizes for the winners.
Ooh, prizes are always good.
Donated by the CPUB.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, CPUB, for that partnership, too.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And then, we also have our toddler dance party. Is that what's going on for the toddlers towards the end of the year?
Yes, actually, this one is in November. And we have the kids come in, and we just spend about a half hour and doing their favorite dance songs.
Oh, fun.
And we get quite a workout as librarians. Because they just keep going and going and going.
Sure. They've got a lot more energy than we usually do.
Yes, they do.
Oh, how
so
fun.
We'll have their favorite songs like Tootie Ta and the Goldfish Song and things like that.
Very good, very good. That'll be fun too. And then I believe it's towards the very beginning of December. Is that when we have our next game day?
It's actually
Or is it
Saturday,
the end of November?
21st.
Oh, okay, thank you. So tell us a little bit more about what happens on International Games Day.
Okay, well, first of all, in case you didn't know, that November 21st is an international celebration of Games Day. People at locations on all 7 continents join in this, and really what it is we set out lots of different games, board games for all ages. So it's for the whole family. For example, here's one of the games that will be available, and we have a lot of unusual games too, not just Scrabble, although the normal board games like Scrabble and Monopoly will be available, but some of the more the newer ones, the more up-to-date ones. We've had, I think, several hundred people come in and just play games all day at the library.
That's really fun. And the library's kind of lucky that we have this board game collection that we started collecting, and now I know people can actually check out some of these games, maybe not all of them, but some of them are available for checkout, and then other ones, including those, are available to play during the games day. Is that right?
Yep, the
Wonderful.
public has really liked being able to check out our board games.
That's really fun. Great. And that's great that we have kids games too
Yes, and just to put a plug in, every Tuesday at 6:30 we have our Game On program where we do use some of these games that the International Game Day people use, and we also have chess and checkers and Scrabble and Monopoly.
Oh, very fun.
Yes,
yeah. Great. So bring the whole family out and play games on November 21st, was it?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I had a chance to sit down the other day with Kristen Reminar and Matt Faulkner to talk about their new book, Kristen's new book it's their book that's coming out, I guess, the beginning of December. So let's take a look at what they had to say. I'm really excited today because right now I'm going to be interviewing with Kristen Reminar and Matt Faulkner. And Kristen is a youth librarian here at the Orion Township Public Library, and her first picture book will be published on December 1st. It's called Groundhog's Dilemma, and it looks like this, and it's coming out soon. And it's illustrated by author-illustrator Matt Faulkner, who is also Kristen's husband. So welcome, Kristen and Matt.
Thanks for having us, Karen.
How are you guys today?
Well,
Very well, yeah.
Awesome. Kristen, can you tell us a little bit about the process of getting this book published?
yes, Groundhog's Dilemma, it actually, for a 32-page picture book, took years in the making.
Really?
I had submitted a manuscript to an editor at Charlesbridge in 2005 that she liked, but she didn't like enough to make a book. So she said, keep on sending. So I sent her another manuscript. Nope. Another manuscript. Nope. This was the 5th manuscript that I sent to her. And she said, now this one I could see turning into a book with us. She had me revise it 3 times, and then they finally bought it on Groundhog's Day, which is also my birthday. My editor called me on February 2nd, 2013 to say, we would love to buy your book.
That's
And
really exciting.
I was so thrilled until she said, and then we can really start revising it. And it was revised 3 more times before we finally got to the final manuscript.
Wow, that's a lot of work going into that. Did you happen to use any library resources while you were working on writing this book?
I did. One of the best things an author can do is to read the kind of material they'd like to write. So I, of course, being a youth services librarian here, I read picture books all the time. But one of the nice things about our library is that we also have some great resources for people who want to be published, for writers. Things like the Writers Market, where you can find out which publishers publish what kinds of material and where to send them. And even things like resource books to make sure that my writing and my formatting was correct.
Oh, very good. And I bet you get some young writers in here that might want to look up those resources sometimes too.
We get writers of all ages, and we can help all of them.
Wonderful. And you were mentioning this started back a number of years. So how long in completion did this take to go from start to finish?
I probably wrote the original story in 2010.
Okay.
It was bought in 2013, and now it's being published December 1st, 2015, so 5 years start to finish.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. This book is beautifully illustrated, and I was wondering, were you able to select the illustrator for this book, and how much input did you have on that process?
As a debut author, I have really no input as to who illustrates my work. The publisher knows what sells, and so they choose the illustrators. But my editor was kind enough to say, I have the perfect illustrator in mind for this. His work, they've worked with him before, and they said his work is gorgeous, and they said, it's your husband. How do you feel about having your husband illustrate your book? And I can think of no better artist to work with than Matt Faulkner.
Aw.
Wow, that's really exciting. So Matt, tell us a little bit about what your process is as an illustrator. How do you take a manuscript and illustrate it?
Well, first, what happens is the editor contacts my agent. In this case, that didn't happen. The editor just called me up. But normally what happens is I get the manuscript, and we talk about it for a bit and see how it fits into my schedule. If it does, then we take it, and I break it. I do what I call breaking it down. So I'll go through and I'll circle the most important moments in the story for me. And on a 32-page book, that could have 70. You know, what are the moments in the story that really resonate with me? Then I go through and I start to paginate. I start to say, okay, these 4 moments at the beginning, they can fit on pages 4 and 5. Then I move forward. What's going to sit on pages 6 and 7? How many moments will be in there? And once that gets done, that's all pre-drawing. Then I start to sit down and I try to figure out what the characters look like. And I'll do some character sketches. And once those are done, then I start to do the thumbnails, the beginning sketches for the book. Whole series of those are done, and then intermediate sketches are done, and then I show it to the publisher.
Wow. So how long does that process typically take for you?
I would like it to take about 3 months, but right now publishers like to have a book illustrated in about 6 to 8 months. Okay. So now that's been shortened to about a month to 2 months to do that.
Wow. Okay. So what did you think when you read Kristen's manuscript the first time?
I loved it. I mean, well, you know, she's my wife, and I love her. But when I got the story, I loved her even more because it's witty, and it reaches both children and adults. I have 2 bonus children and a son who's in his 20s, and I've read to my son when he was a little boy, and I know how to read a book over and over and over again as an adult at night. It's really nice when the author and illustrator really take that person who's doing the reading into consideration as well. And Chris has made a book that is going to just really ring true for grown-ups and kids.
Awesome. So does the illustrator, does the illustrator get to make any changes to the manuscript itself, or do you have to take it as is and just work with it?
No, that's taboo. You're
Gotcha.
really not supposed to comment. Now, sometimes when you make a sketch, the editor will say, well, you kind of drew outside of the box for that. You've added something, and we can leave it as it is, or we don't like that, or maybe we need to ask the author to make some changes.
Gotcha.
That did not happen in this process.
Gotcha. Well, let me ask both of you, what advice would you give to aspiring authors or illustrators?
For people who want to write, you need to read the kind of stuff that you're writing, and recognize that the process might take a little while. So just keep on being diligent and persistent. Don't give up.
And for illustrators, I would recommend getting down to the DIA and really let yourself be attracted to all kinds of art. Not just stuff that was made in the past 100 years. Go look at some Etruscan sculpture, or whatever your eye wants to go look at, bring it there. And that can lead, now there's a whole bunch of other stuff about the business, and which we won't go into, but first just allow yourself to be inundated by great art.
Wonderful. So what's next for you guys?
Well, Groundhog's Dilemma comes out December 1st. That's my first picture book. And then on December 29th, my first adult book, Draw with a Vengeance, Get Even in Ink, Let Karma Handle the Rest. That comes out December 29th from Running Press. Because it's a book for grown-ups, I've published it under the name Helen Rath. So it's a slightly different audience.
Awesome.
Oh, and me, I just illustrated a book for Doreen Rappaport, very successful author, who wrote a book called Elizabeth Started All the Trouble, and it's about the women who fought for the right to vote. And that whole process from about 1790 through 1919 and beyond.
Wow.
That's coming out in February.
Okay. Well, and Kristen, I understand that there will be an opportunity for those who wish to get an autographed copy, perhaps, of Groundhog's Dilemma later this year sometime?
Yes, we are having our annual Author Illustrator Fair. We have it every year in December. This year it's on December 5th. It's a great big open house with Coco and Santa and tons of authors and illustrators, and it's the first time I'll be able to be at the event where I am an author sitting and signing my books.
That's very exciting. That's very exciting. Well, thank you so much for your time, for both of you today. I really appreciated chatting with you. And next up, we're going to go talk to Kathleen over at in Teen Services at the library and see what's going on for teens in the next couple of months.
Thanks, Karen. Tuesday, November 10th at 7 p.m., there's the Pizza and Paperbacks program for teens. This is a special book discussion where teens can enjoy some pizza and talk about a popular young adult novel. This time we'll be discussing Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. The first 5 teens that arrive will get a free copy of the book, and we'll be raffling off 2 movie passes to see the movie Mockingjay Part 2, which comes out November 20th. Our next program is a melted crayon art program, which takes place Saturday, November 14th at 2:30. We'll glue crayons to a canvas, use a hairdryer to melt it, and you'll get a really cool piece of art that you can later frame. The last program I want to tell you about is a do-it-yourself peppermint lip balm, which will take place Saturday, December 5th at 2 p.m. Camille Leinbach from Autumn Moon Aesthetics will teach teens how to make their very own peppermint lip balm using all natural ingredients. This is a perfect treat for yourself or a gift for the holidays. Teens can register for all of these programs at orionlibrary.org. Back to you guys for some more exciting library news.
Well, thank you, Kathleen, for that update on teen services. We always have so much fun going on for teens at the library. We also have a couple really interesting things going on for adults yet later this year. Harlan is coming back, right, to talk to us about his experiences. Tell us a little bit about him and what he talks to our patrons about.
Well, Harlan Newville is a retired engineer with the auto companies, but at the beginning of his career, he was an engineer with the space Apollo missions, and he was in mission control. And he's, like she said, like Karen said, has been here several times, and everybody loves his programs. They're very informative, but you also get the personal stories about what it was like during all the Apollo launches. So I hope you can make it. That's Monday, November 30th at 7 p.m.
Okay, fun. So any space enthusiasts or just anybody that wants to get a hands-on bird's eye view maybe of what happens at NASA.
He talks about both the science but also the personal stories of how things went during those missions.
Very cool. Awesome. And then for those of you that are interested in cooking, we have a really fun book group that I believe is happening again. Tell us about that.
Cook the Book is meeting on, the next one is Monday, November 2nd at 7 p.m. And the way it works is that everybody comes in and gets a cookbook, or you can get your own from another library if you through Melcat, but I will have a lot of them here at our library. You pick you read the cookbook and pick a recipe, make your recipe and bring it in that evening, and then we all share in the food. And this one is Sweet Delicious Pies, Eat Pie, Love Life is the name of the cookbook, so we're kind of practicing for Thanksgiving.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Do you accept guests to just come in and taste if we haven't baked?
That night, we always invite those that work Monday nights.
I never miss a Cook the Book.
Oh, there you go. I guess maybe I'll just have to bake something maybe and check it out.
It has
sounds
become
fun.
a popular program.
Yeah.
People seem to enjoy it.
Very good. Awesome. And Deb, I know we have a lot of really fun things going on for kids yet later this year too. So tell us a little bit about this toddler drive-in movie. Are we letting our kids go around driving?
Absolutely. We have one of our librarians, she has been collecting a lot of cardboard boxes. And so the kids will make their own car with the cardboard boxes, and then they get to watch just a short movie, and I think we'll have some snacks for them. And so they're going to be at the drive-in in their own little vehicle.
Oh, very fun. Well, and snacks are necessary for something like that,
I
I'm
absolutely
sure,
think so, yeah.
Oh, very fun. So it's a craft and a movie night.
Yes, it
How
is.
Fun.
Yes.
Very good. And then what about these gingerbread houses? I know we've done that for the past couple of years at least, and
I think we've been doing gingerbread houses for a long time. And
Yeah,
it
it's a
has
classic.
proven so popular that we now have 2 gingerbread house programs in the morning for children under like age 11 or 12. And then because there was such a demand, our teen librarian has started a gingerbread house program in the afternoon. And that really is just for the teens, so they need to be in 6th grade or above. They do things a bit more elaborate than the 3-year-olds do.
Absolutely. Fancier houses,
Fancier houses, I'm sure, but lots of fun.
Oh, very good. Well,
Yeah.
that's always a good festive holiday thing to do. And then you get to take your house home with you and enjoy it.
Yes, you do.
Absolutely. Okay, very fun. And I see you brought this Hello Kitty looking crown. What's that all about?
Well, what this is we're having a Hello Kitty Day.
Oh, fun.
And there will be a photo booth there. And this is one item that you can wear in the photo booth. I know that other things are being made, so I think the kids will have a lot of fun putting things on them, around them, and having their photos taken and listening to stories and doing crafts.
And celebrating
just having a lot
Hello Kitty.
Celebrating Hello Kitty.
Oh, fun. Very
Yes.
good. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And when is that happening?
That will be December 28th at 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
So if the kids are starting to drive you crazy over their Christmas break, we have programs at the library for them
Wonderful.
to come and do.
Wonderful, and that's all a lot of fun. And right before the end of the year, it sounds like we have something else for our little kids to do.
Yes, the very next day on December 29th, we have Ring in the New Year, and that's just a day where the kids can come in and just do some crafts and spend some time at the library.
Oh, fun,
Yeah,
fun. So
yeah.
check out the library during your Christmas holidays, and we've got stuff for adults and stuff for kids to do, and it should be a lot of fun. And speaking of that, I believe Kate, our Adult Services Librarian, is going to go into a little more detail on a really special event that we have going on at the beginning of December. So Kate, tell us about what you have.
Thanks, Karen. I'm Kate, an Adult Services Librarian here at the library, and I want to tell you about a great event we have coming up in December. On the 5th, from 1 to 4, we have the Giving Season, which is an author-illustrator fair. This is a huge event. Last year we had 28 authors and nearly 300 people. You can come, you can talk to your favorite authors, get to know them, buy their books, bring books, have them signed. It's a great opportunity for the kids, for the whole family. We're going to have hot chocolate, we're going to have Santa Claus, and we've got a really good lineup of authors this year. We've got Matt Faulkner, who's written and illustrated a ton of books. We have Ruth McNally Barshaw with the Ellie McDoodle series. We have Brian Chick with his Secret Zoo series. And we have Emma Arendowski with her beautiful wedding books. After the author fair, we're going to have Christmas Traditions Revealed, which is a great program for adults about the history of Christmas and all the different traditions. It's a great thing to do before you go to the parade. Back to you, Karen.
Thank you so much, Kate, for all that important information about those events. They're really special things going on. And speaking of special, we have a great group of people at the library, the Friends of the Orion Township Library, and they do so much for our library. And in case you didn't know who they are or what they do, Melissa is here to talk to us a little bit about the Friends and how you can get involved.
Thanks, Karen. My name is Melissa Griffith, and I'm the chairperson of the book sales for the Friends of the Orion Township Public Library. I'm here to tell you guys about some fundraising events that we have coming up. Our biannual basket auction is running from November 16th through December 12th. We're still looking for book-themed basket donations. The baskets are on display for 4 weeks in the lobby. It's a great way to promote yourself in the community. If you're interested, feel free to contact us at the information that you see at the bottom of your screen. We're also gearing up for the biggest fundraiser that the Friends do for the library. It's called the Passport to Spring. It's taking place next April. It provides much-needed funds for the library, as well as cultural enrichment and entertainment for the community. However, it requires many man-hours, and we're really eager to find volunteers who are willing to help us out with it. Once again, if you're interested, feel free to contact us. Also, make sure you save the date for our winter book sale, which is happening January 18th through the 23rd. Also, if you're interested in getting a good deal on books for Christmas, be sure to check out Twice Told Tales, the Friends Gently Used bookstore that's open library hours in the library lobby. Finally, we're always looking for more Friends members. Your membership fee alone provides much needed support for the Friends. We are also looking for somebody who's interested in joining as a public relations chairperson, and also people who are interested in joining both our fundraising and membership committees. We're also looking for somebody who might be interested in helping us out with the social media that we're trying to do for the Friends of the Library. So on that note, be sure you like us on Facebook. Back to you, Karen.
Thanks, Melissa. And again, if anybody's interested in joining the Friends in all of their activities, please let them know. Finally, we have just a couple last things to let you know about. On Thursday, December 17th, the library is having a Red Cross blood drive, and we have these a few times throughout the year to try to collect blood for those in need. And so that's happening on Thursday, December 17th, and it's going to be from 9:30 in the morning until 6:30 at night. So please, you can sign up online, or usually there's space available for drop-ins. So if you're able to give the gift of life, we'd really appreciate it on that date. And then also, we just really need to make sure that everybody's aware of our holiday hours coming up with the holidays, both Thanksgiving and the Christmas holidays and the New Year's holidays. We've got some closings at the library those few days. So we just want to make sure you don't come looking for us when we're out celebrating with our families. Hopefully you can be out celebrating with yours as well. And we look forward to seeing you back when we're open again. And we will be back probably in January to talk to you again about everything that we have going on in January and February at the library, which I know we've already got plans for. And there's a lot coming up to tell you about. So thank you, Beth, for all of your time and your help today. And same to you, Deb. Thank you for your time. And thanks to all of you for watching. And this has been another episode of Orion at Your Library. Please join us again next time.